there's two big main threads. Well, there's a lot of threads, but the two things that I'm thinking about are the kids learning how to trust what they see. That's what these eyes are about. Drawing what they see instead of what they think they see. So there's no symbols for an eye. These are all unique self-portraits. So these eyes actually exist somewhere in the school, attached to kids. But the other thing that we do in art, it's not just drawing what you see. It's also getting the viewer looking at your art to see what you want them to see. And that's a little like the 7th grade Scream. These are inspired by Edward Munch's painting The Scream, and the idea of showing emotion, extreme emotion, using color to do that. And I do that with JK all the way through 8th grade. So it's trusting what you see and also being able to direct your viewer. So.
Yeah.
Awesome portraits. The idea was to draw what we see, so they did their actual faces. And we talked about the proportions of the face, and then they used color to express an emotion. So it's getting the viewer to feel a certain way. So they were doing both a realistic rendering, and then also using their art skills to evoke an emotion or a feeling. So 6th grade and actually 3rd grade, we both those classes studied Keith Haring. The 6th graders produced these sculptures. Actually, initially we watched a little movie of him working because he got to start as a graffiti artist, and then we did our own 2D versions of his figures and cut them out and pasted them around the school. The idea that we were graffiti artists, that we were putting art in places you wouldn't expect to see it. Keith Haring did his work in the subway, so you'd see it on the way to work, and we put it in. It was in the library, in the teacher's lounge, in the bathrooms. It was all over the place, but not permanent graffiti. So I can't. Transgressive is fun, but we don't want to get in trouble. For the 8th grade, there's a slight shift in the curriculum for 8th grade. It's an intensive drawing program, so from the very beginning of the year all the way through the end, they're drawing and drawing and drawing, and at the end of the year, they make these, not that it culminates or anything, it's just another way of thinking about drawing. They do these wire sculptures, which are essentially drawings in 3 dimensions. For the drawing, a contour drawing, so that's a drawing where your pencil does not leave the paper, it's not lifted up off the paper, and then they transfer that to reusing baling wire. But the great thing about these is that as you turn them, you see, you see all these different things come out, different angles. Look at that little bird. These kids who are graduating, these 8th grade kids will continue to take art, continue to make art, continue to look at art and think about art, because that's my goal, is to get them to be thoughtful humans. So their art is a part of them.